Robby D and the lesser known.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Robby D and the Lesser Knowns, RDLK. I am your expert host, Robby D. What am I an expert of, you ask? Well, I'm an expert of bringing you the truth. In a world full of so much crap on the airwaves coming at you from every angle, it's nice to have your eardrums massaged by the gentle fingertips of truth. And you get it right here on this show. With me, as always, is Northwestern Writing School reject, Producer Will.
Hello.
Producer Will is abnormally grumpy today, but we'll see if we can get a good show and change that philosophy. As you guys know, Robby D and the Lesser Knowns is the show where we bring you stories from the people that truly make Hollywood work. And I'm not talking about the people that live up in the hills with their $1 million houses and, in some cases, $1 million cars. Those aren't the people. I focus on the people across from the actors that are the actors you know. I focus on the people on the shows that you don't know their name, but you definitely know their face because, dang it, they're talented. And you deserve to hear their stories because they're people too. So let's meet today's lesser known, none other than the beautiful, the talented Caite Upton.
Hello.
Hello,
Oh, wow,
Caite Upton.
That was erotic.
That was erotic is right.
Caite, spelled Caite. Yay.
Very important. So that leads me into my first question. How much do you hate Caite Upton?
I don't hate her. I really like her.
I imagine you like her as a person, but how much do you hate her name? Because you had it first, if I'm not mistaken.
I actually did have it first, yes. Honestly, I do like her as a person. I think she's super hot. Girl crush. But in the beginning, whenever she first came out, it was a little difficult for sure, especially in my career and everything, like involving commercials and print work. I would go out for auditions and I would literally book the audition, go to the wardrobe fitting, everything, and then the day before, all of a sudden they realize I'm not her. And I'm like, didn't you know that in the first place? I mean, I would love to have big boobies like her, but mine are good, but hers are good.
I didn't say a single word.
I'm 5'9", by the way, if none of you guys know.
You're
I'm
5'9"?
really tall.
How much do you weigh?
132.
Why would you?
Damn it, why did I answer that?
I don't know.
Little shit.
And it's recorded.
Ew, we're not going to edit that out.
I don't
Forget
care.
it. Forget it.
I'm proud of it.
I don't care. 139. What are you?
You're 139?
Me? I am way.
You're definitely not 139.
Yeah, I got 139 in my
So I'm like 60.
I'm 132. That's good for
Will,
my 5'9".
Do you not
built.
recall past episodes? You are 140 soaking wet.
No, I'm 160.
Soaking wet.
Have you been watching me shower?
No, I don't think so.
No, but now I'm imagining it.
You put
It's
that.
pretty
You put
hot.
that image in my head. It's hot. No, I must rinse with cold water. This is so hot. Look how hot
I actually
this
like
is.
cold water better anyways.
Do you, what?
Yeah, what kind of psychopath
This is
are you?
America. You can have hot water.
I'm kidding. Whoa.
I don't think you are. Or you're not.
Seriously, you like cold water.
I like cooler water. I wouldn't say cold. I like cooler water.
Okay, I believe that.
Very soothing.
With RDLK, you get the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me, Will.
Oh.
In Will we trust.
And Will, we
What's the LK
Produce.
part?
lesser known.
Robby D. Lesser known.
Robby and the lesser known.
RDLK.
Look, it's not a household name yet, but we're working on it, all right? You're going to be back, and next time you come back.
Well, I thought you were talking about me because my first name's Lauren.
Don't you know
so,
this is
I thought the L was
And
me.
it's all
your first name's Lauren?
RDL, and then I thought you just fucked up on the K part because Katie K, but
I
C,
would
my
never.
name starts with C.
No,
so
when it comes to guests, I don't mess that up.
Robby D and Lauren Caitlin. Hello.
With a C, not a K. A little bit about you, though. Let's talk about someone that is you, and that's you.
Yes.
Caite is a proud owner of 18 national commercials, 5 international commercials. You played professional soccer. You've been in a slew of shows. We have appearances on Jimmy Kimmel. You had your own segment. You're in Funny or Die. You were a guest on Chelsea Lately, Ridiculousness, co-host, Tosh.0, MTV, 2007 Video Awards, and of course, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
And the Back Nine Network with
Back
Fox.
9 Network. I can't even keep up with it all. So let's dive right in. What do you say?
You didn't even mention what people like. You didn't even mention the other video.
Oh, do you want me to mention that?
What?
There was some video out there?
Oh, that video. I
even
think I
know.
know which
What are
video
you
you're
talking
talking
about?
about. Is it the one where I'm in a really pretty blue dress?
Maybe.
I like that dress. Does
And
it have
blonde
sparkles?
hair.
I actually do still have it. It's on display.
That is exact. That was literally gonna be my next question. Do you put it in like a?
No, I don't have it on display. It's on a display at a shop, like at my pageant coach's shop.
No.
Yeah, they have a big giant mural of me on their wall.
Well, you made him famous. For any of my viewers out there who haven't caught up to speed of what we're talking about yet, Katie is involved in a video of the 2007 Miss Teen USA pageant. After she won South Carolina, went to the national contest.
It was the very last Miss Teen USA pageant that was ever held, and I did the wonderful everywhere like such as answer. YouTube sensation
It is
immediately.
pretty- So let's pause there. Now that it's out there, let's go back. I want to start from the beginning. Growing up in South Carolina, Lexington, South Carolina to be exact.
Yes.
You started modeling when you were young.
Yes, I started modeling when I was 13 years old. Actually, I my very first job, I walked in and I booked it myself, and I got a campaign with Wrangler Jeans out of Greensboro, North Carolina, a national campaign, 5 times a year for 10 years with them.
And the first one.
Yep, that was my very first one. I walked into at 13 by myself. My mom was sitting in the car waiting for me, and she was like, "Nope, you're going to be a big girl. You're going to go in and you're going to do it."
Did you hear that noise? That's the sound of everyone who heard that crashing into the walls. All the actors here, like, first one booked a 10-year campaign. That's phenomenal. Good for you. No, that.
Thank
1,000
you.
middle fingers.
Yeah.
Is your middle finger good to suck? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Well, we'll
I'm kidding.
producer will keep drinking. We'll figure it out. Good. I love it. What a great show we already have going. This is phenomenal.
Lesser
I'm having a
known.
great time. So, it's 13 years old for 10 years. So all these years, 23, you had constant work from Wrangler, and you said, "Hey, this isn't so hard."
It was such an amazing experience. It was definitely a growing experience. It was the first time I ever had makeup put on me, because at 13 I was a super big tomboy. I mean, I wore biker shorts underneath all my skirts because so the little boys couldn't look at my dress. I was like, perfect. And it was just weird. It was literally the changing point of my life, and I felt like it kind of led me down that path and where I'm at now.
So did you walk into this? Did you walk into the audition with makeup on, or was this you walked
No,
in just like looking like a dude?
I walked in, but I don't know what I was wearing. I was 13. I'm 28 now, so.
I mean, I feel like that's a monumental moment. But you probably didn't walk in super dolled up and girly because you didn't really.
No, absolutely not. I didn't own a single piece of makeup.
Did you have
the time.
jeans?
I actually was wearing jeans. Yes,
Oh, good.
I was wearing jeans. I believe that they were Wrangler jeans too.
That's smart. If
Yeah.
you walked in wearing Levi's, they'd
Yeah.
be like, "Get the fuck out of here." What's wrong with you, 501? Phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
so then you said, "Hey, you know what? This isn't so bad. I think I could do this more."
I did. My mom thought that it was going to be a really good direction for me to go down. It worked really, really well for a long time, but then I ended up becoming a professional soccer player at the age of 16 and lived in Germany on and off for about 2.5, 3 years. And that obviously took me away for a little while, but Wrangler would fly me back to do their shoots, which was really cool. Lived in Germany. It was an amazing experience. And then I got into the pageant world randomly because I was back home from playing soccer and I was done for a little while. And I was shopping for my senior prom dress, and my pageant coach walked in. And at the time, he wasn't my pageant coach. I had no idea who this person was. But he walked in and he was like, "You're going to be the next Miss Teen USA." And I was like, "A Miss Tina, what? What is that? I don't get it. What is a Miss Teen USA?" Because I've always been such a tomboy's athlete, you know. That was my life. And my mom and I decided to give it a good try, and my dad was definitely not about it. He was like, what does a pageant know? My daughter is not doing this. But I did it anyways, mainly because I really wanted to build up my communication skills and my personal development and just grow, and as a different person, learn something new, challenge myself. And I just happened to win. Didn't expect that.
Oh.
Granted, with one of my interview judges, I did speak about baseball in my interview.
Wait, interview.
It was the behind-the-scene interview that people don't see at Miss South Carolina Teen USA.
Okay, so no one saw.
I had 5 or 6 judges, something like that, and each one I had to interview with them individually. And I remember one of them talking to him all about baseball. I was like, maybe it's refreshing to get a girl that's never done a pageant before.
Yeah. Well, because you said played professional soccer.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they were just like, you do what now? I'm used to not professional soccer players.
It's a really tall, blonde, lanky girl.
But the pageant made you leave soccer behind.
Yeah. I was being recruited to USC, South Carolina, and USC out here in California, and I was being recruited pretty much all over the country. I was actually asked to come and try out for the Olympics too, and I was super, super burnt out because playing professionally at 16 without my parents living overseas, it was absolutely exhausting, and it took a lot out of me. I was the youngest one on the team, and it was really, really hard. And I just wanted to be done for a while, and then I ended up winning the Miss South Carolina Teen USA pageant, and it just kind of took a different turn, and I was kind of excited about the turn because it was different.
Nice.
It was something new.
So now we're moving out of childhood into adulthood. You've won the pageant.
Yes.
You're going to nationals. It's time to become Miss Teen USA.
Correct. It was actually the last Miss Teen USA to ever be televised, too. It was when Donald Trump was still owning the Miss Universe organization. It was a whirlwind experience. It was definitely something that was unexpected. The Miss Teen USA pageant that year was held in Pasadena, California, so it was my first time to California. Now I live here. Yay. I've been a 10-year resident.
Yeah, we weren't going to be able to.
Pretty much.
On our budget, we couldn't fly you in for this podcast. So I'm glad you could drive 20 minutes. to get here.
Good thing you're my friend. No, I'm just kidding.
I have friends.
Oh,
Friends.
just telling you that. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I just keep singing like
I'm the damn host. You do not insult the host. You're laughing.
I thought we were talking about you, who's me. He's me. He's you.
Yeah, well, I want to talk about someone who's not you, who could be you, drinking
But it's me.
Yoo-hoo.
Oh my god.
All right, producer Will's pissed. Let's move forward. So you go, time to compete. What's that like?
So we were out here for a whole month. We were doing a lot of interviews. We were meeting with a lot of people. It was a very overwhelming, enjoyable situation. I mean, it was cool to get to know all these girls from all these different states. And I literally called them by their state because there was too many to learn their names. So
49.
I was like, Nebraska. Oh my God, I love you.
It's like a real life Miss Congeniality.
I actually don't remember who Nebraska was.
I'm sure. I'm positive she didn't win. I can feel it. I can tell Nebraska did not win.
No. It was a great experience. All the girls were amazing, though. I honestly didn't even think that I would make top 5, and I did. I remember on that stage during our swimsuit. Whenever I made top 15, that was the swimsuit division, and I had to hit one of the giant blown up volleyballs, and I just wanted to show how athletic I was. So I nailed the living crap out of it.
You can say shit.
You can
I can say shit.
Yeah,
All right.
shit fuck.
Okay.
You're good.
do it
I
again.
nailed the living shit out of that ball. You have no idea. And I was like, yeah, feeling it. And then I made top 5. And I gave my first answer, which nobody heard, by the way, except for the people in the freaking audience. I mean, you guys did hear it. You just don't remember it because that second answer that I gave is the YouTube sensation one.
So the first answer you gave was televised.
Yeah, the first answer I gave was televised.
What was the question?
I don't remember.
What did you say?
I don't remember.
But it was good.
It was really good. I saw my points. I saw my score. I had 95, and the closest girl next to me had 85 points. And I was like, I'm clearly going to win. I've never done a freaking pageant before, really. And I didn't anticipate a second question. I was literally standing there and I was just like, this is such a cool experience. Like, I can't believe I got this far. And Mario Lopez is standing next to me talking. And then that Amy girl who's giving the question is talking. And I'm like, this is cool. These celebrities are real. Because that was the first time I ever really saw a real celebrity like that in person. I was like, I didn't think you existed. And
just on TV.
so I'm just in my head. I'm just totally in my head.
You don't go to Bayside High School. You're a real person.
Are you basic? Are you a basic ass bitch? So yeah, I'm just standing there like, oh, this is cool. And then they both turn and look at me, and I'm like, oh wait, that was for me? I was like, oh shit. Okay. So I kind of go back, pull a couple of words that I thought she might have mentioned, and I was like, and everywhere like such as and whatever countries I named.
I'm gonna guess. Yeah, I think you said map a couple of times.
Probably, I believe it.
Because she said map and you just said map.
Map. Probably, yep, just repeating her. Sounds good to me.
Iran.
Everywhere,
That
like
was US.
Iraq, South Africa. South Africa was one of them, too.
South Africa, such as, oh God, that's such good
It
stuff.
was amazing. It was amazingness.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, if someone asked me a question, I didn't hear anything they said, and I answered the question, which is basically what you did, I feel like you did a really good job.
I mean, I do too, because I'm sitting here
If I plugged
with all my accomplishments I've had from it.
I plugged my ears and you asked me a question, I just had to answer it. I feel like I wouldn't do as good a job.
No, I think you would have definitely done better.
Let's try it.
I think you would have done a
Let's
better
try
job.
it. I'm gonna plug my ears right now
Okay, plug your ears.
and ask me a question. Go.
Okay, where is the moon?
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to just say that I feel like family values are important when it comes to this topic. You have to understand how many times families struggle with money, and everybody's problems are different.
That's perfect.
I miss Texas.
I love it.
Okay, so to be honest, I didn't hear your question. What was it?
Where is the moon?
Where's the moon?
Yeah, where's the it's very
Boy, howdy. If I'm being completely honest,
Actually, I think that's a really good answer.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean,
Just
keep
not
in
to that
mind, I have
question.
no pageant training at all. Besides what my wife has told me, who is also a former pageant girl.
Yes.
I have
my
very
beautiful
little.
Claire.
She's so beautiful. But
Any former pageant women can look me up. I will.
producer Will is single. He's wearing a hoodie, and he's usually not grumpy.
He's wearing an olive green hoodie, and I find it quite attractive. I love olive green. It is my favorite color.
You heard it. Yeah, it's quite.
You should put that on your Tinder profile. Just have Katie say that. A beautiful woman said this about me, so I'm obviously attainable. I'm not attainable.
Believable. On your Tinder profile.
If it's on Tinder, it's got to be true. You know where you will get the truth? Right here from your host, Robby D, from Robby D and the Lesser Knowns, where the gentle fingertips of honesty will massage your eardrums every time you listen to this program.
And drink wine.
The silence shows that it's an effective way of speaking. All right, so we had that happen on national TV. Everybody saw it. You are standing there and you wind up finishing third runner-up.
I did. I got third runner-up.
That means fourth place, and it drives me fucking nuts that they don't just say fourth place.
Yep.
They have to say third runner-up. But that's a whole nother podcast. So you finished third runner-up. You're standing there knowing that you're not going to win this.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I gave that answer, I was like, well, I'm not going to win anymore. And I just stood there and I just took it. And I was like, well, at least I look pretty.
At least I got my hair did up here.
Yeah. And honestly, dude, like, I totally didn't think that it was going to be a big deal. Like, especially coming from me, like, traveled the world already at the age, I had just turned 18. You know, like I'm not in the Miss Universe pageant. Like, it's my third pageant I had ever done by this time, and I didn't even anticipate even making the top 15. Like, all those girls were just absolutely beautiful. They were amazing people. And so I just stood there and I was just like, I just took it. I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, at least my first answer was great. And
50%.
now I'm sitting here today with the life I have had since because of it.
Honestly, your life, when you say where you're sitting today, you're sitting here in my booth, not getting paid for a show that has no sponsors from two people who don't know what they're doing. You've definitely made it.
I've totally made it.
Boy,
Phrase it like that. Thank you.
you've got the goods. You've made it.
But you're one of my besties, Bobo. I love
That's
you.
fair, Bobo.
I do anything for you,
If there's
honey.
anyone who loves you more than me, it's not. I don't want to know them because I love you so much.
Oh, I like it. I
Yes.
like it. You got to teach me that.
All right. So
Oh, God.
you walk off stage. You finish third runner-up. You're going back to your hotel room. Okay, well, my life's going to go back to normal. I'm going back to play pro soccer. I'm going to go get a college, Appalachian State. I'm going to go back to being a normal person.
I was actually thinking when I walked off stage, thank God it's over. I want to put on my party dress and go out.
You brought it with you. Good for you.
Yeah, we have an after party.
Yeah, but you're 18.
I didn't say I was drinking.
Fair enough. Honestly, I'm so jaded. I forgot you can party without alcohol. It's weird.
The world is her oyster. She's almost won this team.
You're third runner-up. That world is whatever you want to do. And what did you do?
Oh, my God. Well, so this was right around the time of YouTube, and the YouTube was getting huge then. So I was out here in California with my parents, and we were traveling up the coast, and we didn't really have any technology. Nobody could really contact us. But whenever we got back home to South Carolina, like 2 days after that, we had literally over 150 messages just on our voicemail at our house. Like, my Facebook crashed because I had over 12,000 messages on my Facebook. I'm dead serious. I'm actually not exaggerating. If not, I'm under exaggerating. And all of a sudden, our phone rings, and it's my pageant director. And she's like, "You're flying out to New York tomorrow to be on the Today Show." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I don't really have like the background or backstory as to why I'm being flown out. So my mom and I literally like 8 hours later, just from getting back from California, we fly to New York, and I'm on the Today Show. I literally walk into the building, and I see my face plastered on every single TV whenever I walk in. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, oh, I'm on the Today Show. Why is my face on everything? Come to find out, I'm a YouTube sensation. I'm like, really? Really? You're comparing me to politicians? Speaking of politicians, after that moment, I ended up getting to meet Donald Trump. He asked,
Wait.
Yep.
President.
The now president of our country. Yes. Literally, no lie. After the Today Show, he called me into his office.
But you did the Today Show.
I did the Today Show.
How did that go?
The Today Show went amazing. I got to re-answer my question. And of course, I did a fabulous job. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Moving on. After the Today Show, I ended up getting a call and had the privilege of going into the Trump Towers to meet Donald Trump. Yeah.
Was the building nice?
The building was really nice. I went to the top of the Trump Towers. It was about a 180-degree view looking over the city. And I'm in there in the room with the future president by myself at 18. This is literally still 2 days after the Miss Teen USA pageant. And he is talking, and he wants me to sign with his Trump model management. So I did. And I ended up moving to New York City shortly after that. And he gets a phone call from his wife. And his wife is on the phone, is on speaker. I hear her voice and everything. And Donald goes like, "Don't worry, honey, she's too young for me."
Which is an obvious lie. No, well, I meant the age thing.
He was actually really nice. He was super cool. He was very...
But it was a joke, right?
Yeah.
It
It was a complete joke, for sure. I mean, he had like that 180-degree view overlooking the city, and then he had this giant wall of all the different magazines he had been in and articles and whatnot. And I remember him specifically going over to this one magazine that was on his wall, and it was Playboy magazine because he was the first male ever to be on Playboy magazine.
The cover?
And he was very proud about that and wanted me to know. Later that evening, I was invited to a dinner with him and his family. So it was Ivanka, his son, his wife, I think girlfriend at the time, and then the Miss USA who had just won, and the Miss Teen USA that I had competed with who won my year. And Donald joked about becoming, or at least I thought it was a joke, but he joked about becoming president during this term. And now years later, how long has it been? About 10, 11 years. I'm looking back and I'm like, oh my God, and it came true. That is crazy.
So in 2007, he said,
He predicted the future.
He said the year or just said, I'm going to be president?
I'm going to be president in this term.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Yeah. And then it
Interesting.
happened. I'm like, holy shit.
I'm saying more than holy shit. I'm saying, wow, that's crazy. But at the time, you just like, nah. No,
Of course.
whatever.
I mean,
It's
I'm
some
18.
babblings
I'm
of a man
18
on
first of
Playboy.
all. So what 18-year-old really focuses on politics unless you're actually going into them?
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
And that's a
I was
reminder.
into art. I was doing architectural design work. That's what I wanted to go to school for. I wasn't even going to go to school for soccer where I was being recruited. I wanted to go to school for art. You know, like that's what I cared about.
Right.
So definitely didn't care anything about politics.
And you sat with a former president. I'm so impressed.
I
by that.
did.
I'm impressed by the
I got
future
pictures.
prediction. What do these pictures show?
It's just us at that dinner.
Oh, the Trump family.
Yeah, the Trump family. And whenever I left the party, I was given the very first picture frame that was digitally animated and changed. So the pictures rotated, and then I re-gifted it.
Who'd you give it to?
I actually don't remember, but I remember re-gifting it.
That's pretty awesome. You get a. Well,
I think
even though
I think I re-gifted it to my ex's parents.
Oh, good. They can keep that crap. So now you go back from New York, and life is back to normal.
Well, I was living in New York for a good year, and that's when I was modeling there. And it was very successful. It was really fun, actually, living in the model's apartment. I was the only American model, and they were all European girls. And I remember one model going like, your boobas are so big. And I was like, what? And she was like, are they real? I was like, yeah.
Your boobas?
Yeah, she called them the boobas. The boobas.
She sounds like she's Eastern European.
Something like that. But I know I loved it. Then after New York, that's when I ended up going back to college. So I decided to finally accept one of those college exceptions and ended up going to Appalachian State, and I was designing architectural design work for video games. I know, super random.
Extremely. Did not see that.
I would actually draw the architecture for the video games, and then I would implement it into the video game itself and create the animated version of it and do the 3D and all that. I actually helped create one of the Sandlot division for the very first Halo game. So
That's hands down. That's probably the hands down the sexiest thing I've ever heard. It's so hot.
I wanted to progress in that field because I really enjoyed it. I've always loved art and all the art studies. So I got accepted to the LA Film Academy so I could continue to work more on the video game side of those things and get more experienced. And unfortunately, it didn't go down the route that I was hoping it would at the time. It sucked because there was like a lot of people who stereotyped me for the way I looked, even though my work would be better. They wouldn't even look at my work. It was frustrating, to say the least. And all of a sudden, I booked a national commercial to go back to the whole Miss South Carolina thing. And the first national commercial I ever booked was the pistachio commercial. And I was Miss Pistachio. You guys will be able to watch that commercial on one of the links that we will be posting for you guys.
Thank you for doing producer Will's job. He was going to say that, but yes, we will post a link. It's a phenomenal commercial.
Crack the nut.
Although you seem to have made a mistake. You dropped the pistachio,
I dropped the nut, yes.
and that was not planned.
Even though pistachio is technically not a nut, it is a pistachio.
It's its own thing?
It is its own thing.
Can we fact check that,
No,
please?
I
Yeah.
got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
Fact checking that now.
Yeah. But anything, like, it was really, really cool because it was the first commercial. I mean, I ever even, they actually asked me to do the commercial. I didn't
cashew.
even audition.
It's a cashew?
It's a type of cashew.
It's a type of cashew.
But it's not
Which
a
is
nut.
still not a
so
nut.
you were right.
I am right.
Kind of. And I'll take that.
The reason why it's
It's a
pistachio.
family of flowering plants.
Yeah.
Family of flowering
Yeah.
plants. Interesting.
Notably cashew, mango, poison ivy, and obviously pistachio.
All right, so back to our guest. So,
Poison ivy.
Pistachio is in its
Poison.
own genus.
okay, we got it.
Yes.
We got it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
You're excited about cashews. Sorry,
excited
you were
about
saying.
So after I filmed the commercial, I ended up getting paid a significant amount, and the commercial did really, really well for itself. I got to throw out the first pitch to the Dodgers whenever they played the Rockies. Yes, I threw a strike, and the pitcher
Did
at the
you?
time, for the Dodgers was an original South Carolinian, which is super, super cool. Yep, it was. I got to show my granddaddy skills because he was a professional baseball player.
Did you throw a fork ball, knuckleball, splitter? What'd you throw?
Wouldn't you like to know? How about let's pull it up? We can watch it.
Really?
Two-seam heater.
Two-seam
Right down the
heater.
middle.
I can see you throwing a two-seamer. We'll also post
No, I
that.
did a
We'll
fork.
post that link.
I did a fork ball for sure. But it was super dope. It was just such a great experience. And I was like, well, this pays me very well. So I'm going to kind of get into more of the TV realm of things and kind of go back to my modeling roots and see where that takes me. And next thing comes, I end up being, that commercial ends up winning top 5 most favored commercials by the people. I was on the NFL network, and it was aired during the Super Bowl. And it got picked up for another 6 months after that year, too, for being one of the most favorited. And everything kind of skyrocketed from there. Hosting jobs started coming into play. And speaking of hosting jobs, my very first one was Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes. My dog, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. I was his correspondent for a while before I did The Amazing Race. It was a super fun experience.
What would you correspond?
We filmed an episode once a week that would air every Thursday called Learning Stuff with Caite Upton.
And what type of things did you learn, Ed?
A couple of things that I got to learn, just to name a few, was I got to learn where babies came from, and I got to interview Octomom. That was entertaining.
Octo means 8.
Oh, God. Yes.
Do you want 8 kids or no? Not anymore. After that segment.
No. That was a very fun interview. She was actually super hilarious. I got just on my face, not going to lie, but to buy
I'm sorry,
ice
what was
cream.
that? Can you slow that down 1 second?
No.
You got
No.
you got mist on your face?
Yes, I did. I got mist on my face.
Why did you get
Because
mist on
she
your
did
face?
it. She was showing me how babies are made by using an oven and
So the old bun in the oven, the old bun in the oven thing came full circle.
Yeah. I don't.
You were the bun? Is that?
I believe she was the buns and oven and
Clearly the baby.
moving on. I think we can figure out what happened.
But it was a great experience. Jimmy Kimmel was super, super cool. Unfortunately, I lost my position with him because I booked the job with Amazing Race.
I got to talk about myself real quick. I, in my early days, got a lot of comparisons to I look like Jimmy Kimmel.
You're lucky you're wearing one of my favorite colors.
Gray?
Otherwise, I'd slap you silly.
Pewter?
Gunmetal.
Gunmetal? What color?
Orange.
Naranjaj, as they say in Espanol, south of the border. It's a good color. I love that color.
Me too.
People say I look like Jimmy Kimmel. Is that true?
Yeah, it's so true. Oh my God, you really
See,
do.
I did.
Yeah,
That's
you
why I
did.
can never be a late night host. I look just like the other one.
No. I love him. Otherwise, I'd say you're better. But
It's definitely not
I love
talent.
him.
No, it's not talent-wise, because I got talent. It's crazy coming out of my pores, coming out of my ears. You get truth when you listen.
that's why Claire doesn't wash her underwear.
She does. All right, you know what? Forget it. If truth were skid marks, I would be
top of the line.
Yes, thank you. We're gonna have to get past this segment. So, you were saying Jimmy Kimmel, but you booked something else.
Yes. And then I ended up booking The Amazing Race, and I competed for that show. And the time that I competed was the longest season that they had ever filmed. We filmed for about 2 months, traveling the world. I didn't have a single phone call. I couldn't call my parents. Literally all I had were the clothes on my back and my passport and my insurance card, my health insurance card. And speaking of health insurance, on the third leg of the race, I ended up swallowing a parasite in volcanic water off the coast of Chile and have to be put into the hospital and given IVs. And I honestly didn't think that I was going to be able to finish the race. We traveled all throughout the world, though. I was able to finish. I stayed really strong.
Where'd you go?
We went to Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Germany, France, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, the Seychelles Islands. If most of you probably don't know where that is, it is off the eastern coast of Madagascar in the Indian Ocean. And then we flew from there to Penang, Malaysia, all throughout Malaysia, Singapore, Shanghai, and then all about that eastern coast
to Nebraska.
of China. And the last place, no, we did not finish in Nebraska. I did make the final 3. I was the last girl standing, and we finished in San Francisco.
Magical
San Francisco.
Right.
Hey, I got to run through the original 49ers stadium.
Candlestick?
Yep, Candlestick Park.
That's pretty cool, except it
It
wasn't.
was super fucking dope, dude.
Jerry,
not
Jerry
kidding.
Rice did some stuff there.
What do you mean?
He scored touchdowns. A lot of them.
I thought that you were going to tell us
A league
really,
record.
a really entertaining story.
I'm going to throw this out there. I'm just going to say 212. Can we fact check that? 212 receiving touchdowns for Jerry Rice.
Well, guess what? I got to run out on that field, and I crossed the finish line where Jerry Rice scored those touchdowns.
Jerry Rice did not cross the finish line.
I said I did.
Well,
Me. We're talking about me, remember? Not
him-
you, me, I, Jerry.
I'm
it's
the
me.
host.
It's me.
197 total.
That's it? What about total touchdowns? It's got to be 200. He maybe ran a couple in there. Not the point. Awesome. So you finished
I'm the
third.
point.
But you are the point. You are most certainly the point. And
average yards per reception.
no, don't worry about that.
Not important.
Not important. So you finished in Candlestick. But I want to. You got a. What do you think you got the? What do you think you got the parasite from? Did you eat like roaches or something?
No, one of the tasks that we had to do, we had to jump off this built-out deck that was about 30 feet high. We had to build an actual costume to help us fly, even though no one succeeded because the costume was absolutely ridiculous. We dressed up like birds.
What kind of bird are you? A toucan?
I have no idea. It was really weird. Anyways, we had to run off the... Go watch it. We had to run off of the deck and hope that we would fly. Clearly, we did not fly. And we plummet to the water 30 feet down. We had to wear wetsuits because it's that cold. And then we had to swim out about 50 yards to retrieve our clue because it was in the middle of the ocean.
The Indian Ocean?
No,
God
it was the
bless you.
Pacific Ocean because
Just
that's
ruin this
the
tape.
Chile is on the Pacific coast.
Oh, you were in Chile.
This is when I was in Chile.
I didn't know where the hell you were. I just knew you had the best of a fucking
I was in
toucan.
Valparaiso.
El Paraiso.
Valparaiso.
Sí.
Chile.
The water es muy frío.
Yes, muy frío. Muy frío.
Sí. Ay.
Yay.
That's crazy. That's way out there.
Yeah.
What'd your clue say?
What?
What'd your clue say?
What's your clue? Like the one you want.
Oh, what did my clue
Your clue,
say?
so you swam out there to get what did
You
your clue
put the words together. You were like, "What's your clue say?" I was like, "What the fuck is a clue
Looking
say?"
at you like you're some sort of creepy pirate.
Ricardo.
No, my
Ricardo
clue.
Caluse.
My clue said that I had to go to this farm and retrieve a baker dozens of eggs plus one, and my
Baker dozen of eggs plus
one, and then we had to make this pie of some sort. But I fortunately didn't have to actually do that. My partner did because it was his task, not mine.
There we go.
Do you know what a baker's dozen plus one is?
13.
That's incorrect.
14.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Very good.
My other question would be, once you got the parasite, did you think about returning to the world of pageantry? Ready to move on?
That parasite can make you lose a lot of weight. Not saying you're fat. I think you're great.
That way you can eat whatever you want and also win all the pageants. It's a win-win.
Dude, when I got that parasite, I mean, I didn't actually feel the parasite until after that leg had finished. And it was in the middle of the night, and we were cooped up in our hotel room that we were staying in Chile. And
Chile.
let's just say I was not feeling great, and we had to bring in the Green Beret, who was like watching over our team, and he was also a medical employee as well. And he came in and he was like trying to calm me down. He had to carry me to the actual ambulance because they didn't have a car. And whenever I went to the hospital, the doctor drove up on a motorcycle. No one spoke a lick of English, and they put an IV in my arm. I was like, I hope to God this is sanitary. I feel so sick, so I'm just going to fucking let it happen. But yeah. And whenever they pull the IVs out, my whole entire forearm turned black and blue.
From the bruising of the needles?
Yeah, because they pierced my...
Can we also go ahead and give a shout out? I mean, how awesome are our Green Berets? Not only can they go over there and kill a man in 1,087 different ways with a Bic pen, they can also are doctors somewhat, and they can heal you.
Dude, he was sick.
I want to be a Green Beret.
He was awesome.
I'm gonna quit this podcast. I'm gonna be a Green Beret.
Okay, bye. And ladies and gentlemen, Caite Upton will be taking over the Robby D podcast.
Caite Upton, the lesser known.
And the lesser known.
My first guest is Robby D. Hello, thanks for being here.
Hi, Robby D. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm a Green Beret now.
Now we found out that Green Berets actually don't have all those skills. Some do, some don't.
Well, Green Beret, Yellow Beret. I'm gonna be one of the berets. That's all that matters.
Your jokes are always funny.
But the Amazing Race is quite the lucrative show. They actually pay their actors, unlike some shows that may have happened. Are you blowing your nose? I was asking you a question. I don't know if you knew that. Did you hear the question or no? Because I can ask it again. For the record, I just want to say how courageous I think Caite is. She is under the weather, and she's doing this show even though she's not 100%, and I want to applaud and thank you for that. I also want to applaud
Merci beaucoup.
the large amount of tissues that are
Of course, he
piling
wants to
up.
applaud himself.
No, I'm applauding, well, yeah, I need an applaud. But on top of that, there's a large amount of tissues piling up on this table that I'm using as coasters now to hold this delicious 805 beer, which we don't have sponsors. So 805, Andy Firestone up there in
Don't forget Taco
Santa
Bell.
Barbara County and Taco Bell, based in Orange County. If you guys are looking for some sort of a sponsor, please let me know. We would be glad to.
They're not looking for sponsors. We're looking for their sponsorship.
That's what I said. In reverse order.
I'll sponsor you.
Thank you. I'll take that.
We'll accept it. And there's $100.
F45.
All right. So you did well with Amazing Race. and
Yes, third
quite
runner-up.
Lucrative show. You made some
Actually,
money
wait,
off
no,
that.
not third runner-up. I actually placed third place.
See, that's why it's confusing. Just fucking,
Damn it.
Just fucking say
And I was the
third
last girl
place.
standing, which was cool as shit.
Arrgh.
Brr.
Your young self would be a tomboy. You'd be the last tomboy standing.
Dude, I'm such a big tomboy. I'll fucking kick your ass.
Okay, calm it down.
I think
Look.
you should fight in this tiny booth.
Let's move on to, speaking of tomboys, we got Rob Dyrdek host Ridiculousness, and you got on that show for 12 episodes.
Yes. I actually filmed a couple of shows, not only with Rob Dyrdek on Ridiculousness. I got to do Fantasy Factory. He was on my show for learning stuff whenever I separated from Jimmy Kimmel after The Amazing Race. Working with Rob, though, I think Rob was probably, next to Jimmy, was probably my favorite person that I ever got to work with. He was just a really humble guy. Seeing Fantasy Factory was super dope.
You actually got to go there?
Yeah, I actually got to go there. Got to film one of my episodes for learning stuff with Caite Upton there. It was an amazing experience.
Legitimately a dream come true.
Yeah.
Did you
that's,
see him make a three-pointer?
He got to see me make a three-pointer.
you can hit that three?
I used to play basketball.
But you're a professional soccer player and you play basketball?
Yes, I did.
You name it. That
I was a
Lynn's
point
got
guard.
talent.
Many hats, Caite Upton.
I'm ambidextrous,
Many
honey.
Well, that just means two things.
I
but
know
you
it
have
does.
Many hats.
I know it does, but I can do it with both.
You can hit a three-pointer with the left and right hand.
I've never tried with the
Just
left,
say
but I'm
yes
sure
and
I
just
could.
say hell yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Drop the mic. She can do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't
quit.
drop the mic. It's sensitive.
Yeah, it's a very expensive mic, and we don't have any
I barely
money,
tapped
so
it.
don't do that.
I barely tapped it.
Taco Bell.
I
Taco
barely
Bell.
tapped it. I barely tapped it.
805. Hook us up. That's cool.
up.
Someone's got to hook us up because no one else will. But you did 12 episodes of Ridiculousness. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I would cover Chanel whenever she wasn't there. It was a really fun experience because I just love being happy and doing improv because it's something that is just raw and it's you and you get to show I got to show another side of myself from, like, at the time, people still kind of related me to the whole pageant stuff, and that doesn't define me. You know, what defines me is what I make of myself, and what I make of myself is success, and that's what I strive for. And therefore, Ridiculousness is a great example of the start to my business and the start to my company and where I am today.
Interesting. I would say it's when you didn't answer the map question was the start. But if you want to
Yes.
the start of Ridiculousness.
No. I'm not saying that it was the start.
Right.
Like, in general, like it was the start. You're like, oh, obviously, it was the fucking map question.
Obvi.
I'm just saying it was the start to the change of people's minds because
Yeah.
people started to see me differently. Like, The Amazing Race was really big at the time. We won an Emmy that year. My season won an Emmy. And then I booked that job with Ridiculousness, and that show was huge. And I was on the very first season, and it was just awesome. And it was really, really, really fun to do. And it was really cool seeing all the love from all the fans that I got to see, and that I hadn't seen in past experiences. Like, I saw a lot of hate, and it was really, really hard to deal with for years, you know. And I always try and be a happy and positive person, and being able to see, like, love and appreciation from something good that I'm doing by just fucking being myself was a really, really rewarding situation to be in. And I felt like I was finally in the direction that I wanted to turn people's opinions and mindsets towards.
That's got to be, in all seriousness, an amazing feeling to be. I mean, all these things. You're a professional soccer player. You're the Wrangler jeans model. You have all these amazing attributes, and then it comes down to 10 seconds on TV where you fuck up and no one's even paying attention, and that's the only thing they know about you in your whole entire life is that moment. To be able to go on a show like that and actually show your sense of humor and show who you are as a person probably felt really good.
You have no idea. I wish I could explain more, but it's almost words can't describe the feeling. Especially seeing their support naturally from Rob. Like, him and I were good friends for, like, a long time. He's an amazing person, but yes, it's an incredibly rewarding experience, and I hope I can continue to be a representative and a spokesperson for anybody who has ever had to go through experiences like myself, even if it's not to the extent that I've been through, because I get it.
Which leads us into our It's Funny Now segment. It's funny now.
Yeah.
At the time when you did your speech, it was not funny. But the success you've come into afterward, it makes it funny now.
It makes it funny now.
It is funny. Speaking of there, can we talk about you had a little run-in with Will Ferrell doing a few skits for Funny or Die.
I did. I got to work on Funny or Die with him. I was playing a little secretary role. It was super fun. It was really cool. I'm a huge Will Ferrell fan. Always have been. Still am to this day. And getting to know him better as a person was a very rewarding experience. Got to meet his family. I don't know if they remember me, but I remember that experience and working with them, and it was cool to see him and how controlled he was. Not saying that he's not in control whenever he does movies or skits or anything, but just how different of a person he is. Literally like a daddy figure whenever I got to have conversations with him. And it was a very interesting experience to go through because it's not what I anticipated. Having worked with a lot of comedians, I anticipated like the natural, like, oh, I'm a little shit kind of attitude.
I've noticed every comedian.
Is that how comedians are? They're all little shits.
And Will Ferrell was one of those comedians where it's like the second that the camera wasn't on, he was a dad. And he was a normal person. He would sit here and talk to you and ask you what your favorite color was in a very calm way, a normal way, not trying to be funny. Like it was one of those kind of guys. And he was probably one of my favorite celebrities I've ever met. Him and Jason Bateman. I love Jason Bateman.
He asked you what your favorite color was?
No, I would just give an example. He didn't ask me.
What is your favorite color?
Green.
Basic.
What fucking girl says green? How the fuck is that basic?
Like 12% of women out there.
Yeah, I will go poll 12 women in a minute and see what they say. But it's a good color. Poll 12 women.
I love green. I love green and orange. Orange. Y'all both just happen to be wearing my favorite fucking colors.
That's
Was
true.
this planned? Did y'all research that?
Absolutely.
Stalkers.
To be
They're
honest,
stalkers.
to be
You guys
honest.
are stalkers.
You know what? Stalkers make the best interviewers.
Stalkers.
It's true.
Who's going to know the most about you other than your internet stalkers? Us.
The guy who goes to
Wait, but I heard a Jason Bateman call out there, and I'm a huge fan of Ozarks.
Yeah, I was on a TBS commercial with him, and I got to slap him in his face. I was his eye candy. Oh, yeah. And I remember him going up he was cool. He was super cool. During our lunch period, he actually came and, like, sat with us actors and was, like, getting to know us. If anybody was asking me what my favorite color was, it was definitely him. Him and Will Ferrell are two of the nicest celebrities I've ever met in my life. Like, super down to earth, very chill, did not care. Like, it was awesome. No, Robby. Robbie's waving to himself right now, you guys. like, am I not the nicest person?
I might not be a celebrity now, but trust me, I look like Jimmy Kimmel, and I interviewed him. So I'm gonna be bigger than him. Just wait.
I love you.
I love the.
I was talking about Jason.
Okay. I wasn't talking to you either. I was talking to Will. And we toast the two guys doing their thing on a Saturday.
Saturday is for the boys.
Saturday. Wait, I'm not a boy.
You want to be a boy, but you're never.
I'm a
gonna be
tomboy.
So what's this back nine job all about?
I ended up booking a huge hosting position for the Fox Back Nine Network. I was doing a golf lifestyle show called Off Par, and it was a super funny improv. Like, I did a little bit of teleprompter as well, but it was more so to bring the light to the golf world and to the young audience of golf. And it was an amazing experience. I was there for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and we were going to be nominated for an Emmy. And unfortunately, I lost that position there because of lawsuits that were going on with the former CEO. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Off Par, that in Back Nine that y'all are going through this, but it ended up ultimately moving me back to Los Angeles because I was in Connecticut for the actual show. It was really fucking cold. But hey, at least there's good snowboarding, right?
Are you a snowboarder?
I am a snowboarder, dude, all day long.
Skiing.
I haven't heard you say dude once, and I say the word snowboard, and dude just comes flying out of there like a.
I took snowboarding as my PE class when I was in college.
Did you really?
I did.
Appalachian State is in what?
Appalachian. Not Appalachian. You
Depends
Yankee.
what part of the country
You Yankee.
I'm not a Yank. I'm
You're
from Houston.
Yank. You a Yank. Yeah, but you're married to a Yank.
She's Midwestern.
Ohio?
It's Midwestern.
Yeah. Ohio State, they call Appalachian. Because when we beat Michigan, there's this video that goes, "Go Appalachian State. Go Appalachian State."
That was the best day of that.
I was there, not at the actual field, but I was at App State whenever we were playing Michigan. Dude, it was like a ghost town, and all of a sudden we won. And holy shit, literally thousands of people came out of nowhere. And I was like, you couldn't even drive your car. It was crazy. I just couldn't believe it.
That's awesome. I do want to use it in the future. Like, where were you when the Broncos won the Super Bowl? Oh, I was there. I was at my house. I was right there at my house. It was amazing.
It's amazing.
I was there.
It makes it better.
Where is there? Wherever I was is where there was. I was there.
Like I said, I was there.
Oh my God.
But it ended up ultimately moving me back to Los Angeles because I was in Connecticut for the actual show. And whenever I moved back to Los Angeles, I was lost for a little while. I'm not going to lie. Like, it was hard. And my husband proposed to me literally the day after we moved back.
Skirt. So you guys were dating while you were in Connecticut?
We were dating while I was in Connecticut. It was a very serendipitous relationship, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You moved back and he's like...
I moved back and he tied me up. Granted, the Siberian Husky helped as the proposal.
He proposed with a dog?
He proposed with a puppy.
Do
baby Siberian Husky baby. Oh my God, I love her. Anyways.
Whoa. Did he tie the
Her
ring?
name is Aurora.
Did he tie the ring to the necklace? Or the...
No, he did not tie the ring to her neck. He actually hid her in his coat because she was that small at the time. Yeah, and he was freaking out, sweating. And I was like, "Why are you acting so weird?"
Did you pop a Molly and you're sweating?
Papa Molly ass sweating. And then, so that all happened. And I mean, granted, like, yes, that was an amazing time, that particular moment, for sure. But it was also a really hard time because I just lost, like, my lead hosting job that I was having, that I was doing every single day, that I was used to doing. And it was just a different scenario. Like, it was just a different outcome immediately that hit me quickly. And I didn't know what to do. I was a little lost for a while. I ended up getting back into the fitness realm because one of my best guy friends owned the F45 franchise Santa Monica location, which was the very first location in the state of California at the time. And I was like, you know what? Something that I remember making me happy was just being involved with fitness and being an athlete and showing what I can do as an athlete, especially for the way I look. I just want to be one of those good representatives and show my positive attitude and change people's lives. And so going into that particular job situation, it was just a life-changing moment because I was like, I want to buy into this franchise. I want to do something with this. I was seeing such positive situations, positive reciprocation. I was receiving such positive reciprocation from the members. And I felt like I was finally doing something again. And don't get me wrong, like, it took me about a year and a half or so to get my gym open. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Not gonna lie, I'm literally not lying when I say blood, sweat, and tears.
You bled in your studio now.
Well, I about took my girlfriend's finger off at one point. Yeah, because we laid down every single mat you see in our studio. We built every single piece of equipment by ourselves in that studio. It's a lot of hard work.
I mean, since F45 is not a national chain, it's
an international franchise, and there's over 1,000 locations throughout the world. It is a functional team training, circuit training exercise, and it's a lot of people might think like, oh, is it like CrossFit? No and yes. It's not like CrossFit where we make you max out to your maximum limit. What we do is like F stands for functional. It's functional and it's functional family. And us as trainers, we walk around with you and we make it more of a personal training experience inside of a group setting. And it's a very rewarding situation. And we get really, really close with our members and we like to get to know them one-on-one so they feel comfortable. My mom and dad, who are almost 67 years old, they will go in there and do the workout. And then we have little kids. We just had our first little kid workout the other day, and we had a 5-year-old all the way up to a 15-year-old doing the workout. And it was just such a great, rewarding experience that people from all ages, all shapes, all sizes can go in there and change their lives and be happy. And we can be present for them and be that positive representative as a professional athlete. And as my husband, who was also a professional athlete too in lacrosse, like we can be that for them and build that clientele and build that family 45 F45
changes from functional. And I am actually a former F45 customer. It helped me out a lot too. I mean, I really enjoyed the workouts. It was fun. I no longer work out.
He took me to one, and I did in fact vomit. But
Yes, you did. I had our Los Angeles footy team show up to one of the F-45 trainings that Chris did, and Will vomited outside. And
Oh, William.
I was
in the bathroom?
hungover. It was very difficult. But
Don't get me wrong. Charlie, my husband, has vomited on his first time. Stephanie, one of my trainers and one of my equity partners, she has vomited on her first time. I know multiple people who have
if you
done
push yourself, it's pretty easy. It's not
not hard.
It's pretty easy to vomit. It's
Yeah.
a very hard workout because you're going. People think, oh, it's 1 minute and then I get a little break.
that. Well, you know what? We never repeat a single workout setup twice. Every single day is different. Every single workout is different. We have over 4,000 exercises in our database. It is an amazing, amazing family-oriented workout, fun, enjoyable type of experience that I think all should try. At least try.
I tried it. I
Get
liked
ready
it.
to puke though.
No.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
But
I mean, if you
you're gonna
naturally do
puke
that,
up.
yeah, but
If you are gonna puke, you're gonna puke goals. You're gonna puke weight loss. You're gonna puke happiness.
it is a start to the rest of your life.
That's much better than the way I put it.
It is a start to the rest of your life. I am actually on hold right now for a new lead hosting job for a new fitness show.
That's amazing.
Yes, I can't exactly talk about it too much, but I hope to be able to talk about it soon.
Well, guess what? This is not the last time you're gonna be on this podcast because I know.
Better not.
I know. You'll be back next week to tell us all about what you did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Because this pod show needs more guests for sure.
Merci beaucoup. Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Bitteschön.
Good job. If anybody doesn't know German or French, that means thank you in French. Merci beaucoup. And then Dankeschön is thank you. And then Bitteschön is you're welcome.
In German.
In German.
We've heard this song. Ferris Bueller sang it.
Je t'aime is French. And then moi aussi je t'aime is I love you too. Well, je t'aime means I love you. And then je t'aime means I love you too.
Keep going. Say I love you in Swahili.
Alouette, jonte alouette, alouette, jonte pulmonare.
Definitely not Swahili.
Alouette, alouette.
I know Swahili?
Oh.
No, I don't.
One of my very first acting jobs that I ever had was booking a lead role for this movie called Neuron. It actually just came out last year. I'm really, really excited about it. I'm not going to tell you the ending, but it's a little gory, and it was super cool. I did have my very first sex scene.
No way.
First movie, first sex scene.
That's
Game of
the
Thrones
stuff.
it.
That's the stuff that sells this show. Do tell.
Why would I want to spoil it?
Oh, we don't spoil the ending.
I was told I'm an amazing kisser.
Oh no. Wait. So I'm seeing Eric Roberts is in this.
Yes, Eric Roberts is in the movie.
Is that who you made out with?
No, I did not make out with Eric Roberts.
Spoiled that.
No, my co-actor was Eve Bright.
Eve Bright.
Yeah. Should I give it away, Robbie? Should I tell?
Do not ruin the movie. So what else happened on the set of Neuron?
On the very last day that we filmed, oh God. Usually you would think, just to start off, Main Street. That's one of the streets that we filmed on during the last set or last
Venice?
day that we filmed. You would think it would be Venice, but no, it was downtown. So 5th and Main in downtown, Los Angeles.
Yes.
A lot of people would be like, oh, that's going to be such, like, I'm sure that's a poppin' area. So I drive down there. I park my car. I get out. I start walking over to set, which is like 2 blocks away. So 5th and Main in Los Angeles, people, that's Skid Row. And I was wearing a bright orange fucking hoodie. And I was walking over to the freaking set. And I had all these crackheads in my face screaming at me. I thought were going to freaking jab me with their needles. I don't even know. But I was so terrified. You have no idea. I was so scared.
Like, hey
I was
guys,
so
I'm
scared.
one of you. I'm one of you.
I had no idea that 5th and Main in downtown LA was Skid Row. I knew that we had Skid Row, but I didn't think it was 5th and Main.
But why would they film a movie so close to Skid Row?
Because it was since the movie is it's a horror film pretty much. It was one of the horror scenes that I was a part of, and I guess
Doesn't mean your cast has to be real Skid Row
They picked
people.
the cast is not Skid Row people. They were not Skid Row people.
That's where like the New Girl house is. Like that's where the Sunny Bar is. There's tons of horror buildings. There's just these big empty lofts that they can fill with shit. I've done like 4 or 5 PA jobs. 3 of them. I've been like right in Skid Row.
Interesting.
Cheap.
Let me just say I had a very, very scary, entertaining, interesting experience filming that movie.
But it's filmed, it's done, it's out.
It is out. You can go see me having
Sex with Eve Bryant.
not really, people.
Not having sex with Eric Roberts, which is good. We look forward to
I was
that.
about to say.
But guess
I
what?
like him, but not like that.
So now we move into our next segment. Katie, I want to challenge you to a little thing we call method acting.
Oh, God.
No, you're perfect for it. Try.
Do you want to do it?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Start the music. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to give a scenario, and Katie will answer this scenario as the character in the film. Here we go. Eyes closed. You're at a wine and paint event, and they're completely out of olive green and orange paint.
I am so into this painting right now. Fuck that olive green and orange paint. I can manipulate this painting any way that I want to, and I'm going to sip this wine like a classy-ass bitch.
Don't look at me. It's method acting. Next scenario. Keanu Reeves has just finished singing the
He's
national.
so hot.
Okay. That's not the character. That's still just you. Keanu Reeves has just finished singing the national anthem, and his zipper is down.
Keanu Reeves, I love you, first of all. Singing, no. Fighting, yes. Can you just do a little Hawaii?
I think that counts as a line. Producer Will's got the next one.
You're in a submarine, and your superior officer farts right next to you.
Oopsie poopsie.
Last one. Donald Trump invites you to dinner at Trump Tower. Upon arrival, you realize he's only serving fish.
As long as it's tilapia, I can do that shit.
It's a wonderful answer. We'll take it. We'll take it.
And good night.
Last thing we have for you, Caite Upton. Okay, Miss Caite Upton, I'm going to ask you the same question I ask every guest at the end of the podcast, and that is, what is something Caite Upton now would tell Caite Upton the moment she's walking out on the stage to answer her Miss Teen USA question?
I honestly really wish I had walked out and said, Mario, you're wearing too much makeup, but still given the same answer that I gave.
That's how life works, ladies and gentlemen. Regret nothing you've ever done. I want to give a massive thank you to our guest today, Miss Caite Upton. Round of applause. You are fantastic. You're a shining star. We wish you the best on your entrepreneurial efforts. I hope you and Charlie get very successful with the F45 chains. I hope everything you audition for, you book. I want to thank producer Will for taking such wonderful notes.
Thank you, Will.
Never
Woo.
stopped typing. And I want to thank myself because I did a really good job. And I'm going to go ahead.
You did a fucking amazing job, Robbie.
Oh, my God.
I'm
Dropped
proud
an
of you.
F-bomb to describe.
Robert D
Hey.
and the lesser known.
Thank you. I'll give you the outro here. This is Robbie D and the Lesser Knowns. Be sure to tune in next week. We've got a fantastic guest. We have Mr. Jude Law
Sucks.
is stopping He's going to be our next guest, so we'll be more friendly. Drew Law stopping by. There's only one way to find out if that's true or not, and that's to stop by. Thanks for tuning in to Robby D and the Lesser Knowns, and we'll see you later.
Sex.
Sex.
This is Caite Upton, you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Robby D and the Lesser Known.